Hello and welcome. If you're watching this, you're probably a Catholic man who's wanting to get in shape, which is good. You're in the right place. So what I want to do in this video is kind of give you a whole breakdown of what we do here at Based and Built, which at a high level is help Catholic men get fit, build good habits so they can be good role models, either for their family or for their parish, if they're a priest or seminarian. Really just help them grow in virtue. So I'm really excited. Even if you're not Catholic, I think you can learn a lot from this program. But currently, we're only working with Catholic men. So if that sounds interesting to you, feel free to strap in and join us as we kind of break down this entire program. So let's get started. So what I want to do is talk about how you could lose up to 45 pounds in 6 months as a Catholic man. The reason I have that title is because one of our priests in the program, Father Nicholas Fleming, out in Rhode Island, he did that. He lost 45 pounds in 6 months, and he did so running 2 parishes, which is an incredible feat. So it just goes to show you, we're seeing incredible results with Catholic men, and I want to dive into like why that is, what we do here, and kind of how we built everything. Now, even though it says lose 45 pounds in 6 months, obviously we have people losing less amounts than that. We have people losing more than that, people that were obese, but now they've lost up to, 100 pounds. But obviously we have people who were skinnier and wanted to bulk up. We help pretty much any fitness problem that somebody has. So with that, I want to go over what we'll cover in detail. So first and foremost, I want to touch on like my own fitness journey, kind of what started all of this. Like, why did I start a business that helps Catholic men get fit? I want to touch on how I helped, by now, over 300 Catholic men get fit, which is awesome. Very grateful for that. I want to touch on why our religion actually affects fitness. Like, why did I put these two together, and why does it help? And then number 4 is my program breakdown. How do we actually do everything? So you might be wondering who this is for. And like I said a little earlier in the beginning of the video, this is for Catholic men, particularly Roman Catholic men. I'll get into why that is in a little bit, but we don't work with women and we don't work with Protestants. And we've had a couple Eastern Orthodox come through, High Anglican as well. By and large, though, Roman Catholic. We work with guys that are ages 21 to 45, primarily because that is the culture of the community, is kind of the young, traditional Catholic. We only work with guys from first world countries. We want men with some experience exercising. So we're not taking brand new beginners. This is simply because I'm not there at the gym able to personally train you. And so, if I ask you to do something, I have to know at least there's a chance you kind of know already the general idea of how to act and be in a gym. But that doesn't mean we don't have trainings on how to do all the exercises. We need you to be able to commit to cooking meals at home, commit to working out at least 3 times a week. And who else is this for? This is for dads, husbands, priests, or even single guys. We've helped by now 10 plus priests, a bunch of dads, husbands. We've helped seminarians. I don't know the exact number of seminaries. It's probably under 50, but we've helped guys from 5 or 6 of them, which is really cool. So really, that is who we help, and that is what this ministry is for. So a bit about me, because I want to touch on really quick, like who I am, why I'm making this video, just because, I want you to know a bit about how we got here. So I'm a convert. I converted to Catholicism about 4 years ago. And kind of during that time, I was also trying a bunch of different careers. I went to engineering school here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's where I live. And I went to engineering school. I became an electrical engineer, but I didn't feel like that was my calling. So then I jumped from that to law, and I started working in the legal field. And I didn't know if that was my calling either, but I decided to go to law school anyway. So then I went to law school. I'm kind of jumping around. I'm working at different places, never sticking with anywhere for over a year. But when I'm in law school, I'm kind of reaching this climax where I'm like, I don't like the way I'm living. I've found this new faith, Catholicism. I take it very seriously. I'm very interested in it. And I don't like how, frankly, fake and, woke everyone is at school. And I had this dream of starting a fitness company because I was into fitness competitions and I was doing that while I was in law school. So my dream was to drop out and start this fitness business. Now, It's a little scary because if you drop out of school and it doesn't work, I kind of have to go back. I have to go back to kind of the fakeness, the fake corporate thing that I didn't like. I couldn't really be myself. It's hard to be traditionally Catholic in like the modern corporate world. Anyway, suffice it to say, I ended up getting canceled for posting conservative content online. I was posting kind of Catholic fitness content, and the law firm I worked for didn't think that was very on brand, and so they fired me. And, looking back, I was very sad at the time, but it was kind of that turning point for me where I'm like, maybe this is a sign from God. Let's go all in on the fitness business. Let's help Catholic men. So that's what I ended up doing. I went all in. I started building a fitness business for Catholic men and did so like in community, which I'll kind of get to in a second. But one point I want to make is that it's very difficult in the beginning. I didn't really have a lot of success for a long time. But luckily, I ended up meeting a mentor named Brian. And Brian was a guy on the internet who specialized in helping who specialized in helping like fitness coaches and personal trainers like start businesses. So he taught me the power of community, which I would say is the kind of like the foundation of this entire program. We do everything in community. And he taught me how that is the key to hitting fitness goals, the accountability and everything. So really excited to share that with you. But a little bit more about me. I'm engaged to Michaela here. This is my fiance. And I will be moving. As of right now, I'm filming this video January of 2025. I am moving to California very shortly. Lived in Wisconsin my whole life, so it's a big deal. But her family's all out there, so very excited for that. And the wedding, very Catholic wedding, will be in October. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, that's a little bit about me, just to give you an idea of kind of why we're here. Okay. Now, you might have seen that I've helped a bunch of guys, basically, about 300 to 400 by now, all Catholic, which is awesome. If you go on the website, you'll just see a bunch of before and afters. I don't want to re-show them here, but what I do want to show you are just some of the comments we get from Catholic men. Literally thousands, and it's amazing. You'll see things about getting better, not just in their fitness, but they get better at the rosary streak. For example, continued my rosary streak, even though I was really tired. I feel and look stronger than I ever have since a W. Everything's connected. So yeah, we kind of hold people accountable, not just with their fitness, but also, how's your prayer life? Did you say you're going to go to daily mass and now you're not? What's going on there? People are running half marathons. People are hitting milestones. Father Nicholas down 30 pounds. People are noticing. Isaac lost 31 pounds in I kid you not, 60 days. It was crazy. So yeah, we just have tons of these. That's just me. That's Antonio at St. Patrick's Seminary in Menlo Park, so California. And yeah, just a few examples. There's more on the website too, outside of this video. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link in the description to go to the website to see more of this. But if you're on the website, just scroll down and you'll see a bunch of other examples of this. So yeah, this is all to say, this isn't to be braggadocious or anything. It's literally just to show you we're doing really cool work at this ministry. I'm very, very grateful for it. So next what I want to do is kind of explain what is it? How does this work? It's okay, let's say you joined this Based and Built community. Let's say you join this community. How does it work? So we're helping you with fitness primarily. We also do some mindset stuff. We make sure you get really clear on a goal, but by and large, fitness. So let's start with that. Let's say you decide that you want to join our program and you and I are a good fit. Well, the first thing we do, day one, is we get you to say hello to everyone in the community. So we have a big community. That's to kind of just show hey, I'm a Catholic guy. We're all Catholics. We're all in this together. Let's crush our fitness goals. Then I get all your fitness info from you. I have you tell me everything I need to know under the sun about fitness. So I can start creating a custom plan because every program we do is completely custom to the person. So I get working on your program. And then within 7 days, so we move quick. Within 7 days, we hop on a kickoff call. I get you going and we hit the ground running. Now, once you're in the program, that's kind of week one. Once you're in, there's three parts of the program, how I like to separate it, which is community, coaching calls, and courses. So I'll actually share kind of how all these work, and I have them linked so we can go into it. I'm going to make myself a little smaller here. So this is our community. It's hosted on school.com, which is kind of like Facebook groups, but even better in my opinion. And you can see everyone posting here. So right now we're doing a challenge where the winner gets a free bundle of Sunday Mass t-shirts. So you'll see here, like, these are 6 shirts, I think. So, we'll do challenges every single week and you'll get like a free prize. So it's a meal prep challenge. You got to show like your meal for the day. And so you see a bunch of people posting their meals. Lucas here is introducing himself. We do coaching calls, which I'll get into, and we always post the replays. So yeah, just a ton of stuff going on. But this is where you post. This is where you ask questions. You can share wins. You have a community to hold you accountable. Obviously, I hold you accountable. I got your feet to the fire. But you also have 100+ Catholic men to help you as well, which is really cool. The next step is the coaching calls. So we have the community. You also show up to coaching calls because we become who we surround ourselves with. And I want to make sure your mindset is in the right place. So if we click on this, you can see all of our coaching calls throughout the month. So every Monday, we do Convos with Joe. That's where you can just hang out. We just chat. If you want to ask fitness questions, you can. A lot of times it just becomes whatever people's dreams are. Maybe we get into theology. For example, I think last call, one of the members, Aaron, is becoming a rock star, like no joke, which is super cool. Like he's in a band. Most of them are Catholic. And they just got booked for a tour in Europe, which is amazing. So we're all super happy for him. So we were talking about that, and yeah, it's really cool. So that's just like your conversation hangout. Wednesdays are the big calls. Every 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. I host our what are called the Wednesday calls. And these are where I go deep into like mindset, creating a vision for what you want, how to goal set, what are your habits like, how's your self-talk. So those are very important. They're also my calls. I want you showing up to those. But then we also have, other fitness coaches doing coaching calls too. So for example, Pedro here is doing 10 steps to crush your 2025 goals. Tomorrow, Pedro's doing a call called How to Work Out in Under 30 Minutes, right? So extra tips, extra calls. We also have Catholic priests doing coaching calls as well. So right now we're doing a kind of like a series on each of the sacraments. So you'll see here the Eucharist we just did a training on, like the theology behind it. Why do we believe in it? The biblical kind of support for it. That was a wonderful call. And then we did one on marriage, which is amazing. And then kind of finally would be that by bringing guest speakers, other Catholic influencers. So we've had in like Amber Rose, the religious hippie, if you know her. This January, we brought in Taylor. If you know Taylor Ross, he helps Catholic men with dating, which is super cool. So a lot of the guys are single. And if you're struggling with dating, he comes in and he did like a Catholic match profile review, but also like just talked about like the fundamentals of dating, like how to date as a Catholic. Really good stuff. All right, not to belabor the point, but we do a lot of group calls. It's super fun. And then the last part that I would say makes us pretty unique is the courses. So we have tons of courses on how to level up. So obviously you have fitness stuff. I teach you exercise mastery, nutrition mastery, how to meal prep, how to be flexible, how to prepare, and all these videos. But then we also have what I like to call the Based and Built Masterclass. And this is where we go deep into like creating a vision for your life, figuring out what you really want to do. What are your habits like? How do you wake up in the morning? How do you talk to yourself? What are your friends like? How do you curate your environment? Obviously, fitness is connected to the other habits that we have, praying the rosary, going to mass. But this is how we take it a step further and really like chart a vision for our life and create a rule for our life, like Saint Benedict would do, for example. So yeah, I love it. We have a ton of information. You also get some fun stuff if you reach level 6 because the community is gamified. So the more you engage, the more points you get. You get secret gifts. We have a VIP service as well. More on that, in another video. And then this is just a project I'm doing for some Catholic priests on how to use social media because we have a lot of priests in the community. So yeah, that's kind of the classroom section. So to wrap up kind of what is all included, we do custom fitness coaching. Whatever your struggle is with fitness, we got you. We've done it. So we'll help you with that. We'll create a custom plan that works for you. You got to know, whatever your situation is, there's probably someone out there busier or more stressed than you that's accomplished their goal. For example, Father W is a priest. He just got assigned to Poland. He's traveling, he's in a new area. It's a struggle. He's down 20 pounds. Captain Christopher, he doesn't want me to use his last name, but Captain Chris is a captain in the military stationed in Korea. Super tough, right? How do you eat clean? How do you work out? He's down 45 pounds. So my point is we make it work. We got Isaac with 2 kids running around. Whatever your situation is, we can create a fitness plan that works for you. All right, number 2 is what I would call world-class accountability. So I'm not exaggerating when I say we have the best accountability out of any fitness program I've ever seen, and I've been in the game for years. There is a certain level of like intensity if you miss the things that you're supposed to do. One of the reasons for this is because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I really believe that's what you pay for, is someone to just hold your feet to the fire like crazy. So let's say, you're supposed to check in with me one day and you don't. You're hearing from me, you're hearing from one of the guys on my team. A priest might reach out to you because you actually get assigned a spiritual director, which you'll see on the list. He might reach out to you, hey, what's going on? So you're held accountable in so many ways. That's why I call it world-class accountability. 3 are, the courses that I touched on. 4th is weekly challenges with free prizes. We do a lot of really cool prizes. You can win free gym bags. People have won a free year of Halo. We're even doing, every year we do like a big challenge, a big prize, and this year I think I'm going to do like a free trip, all expenses included. So a lot of fun stuff like that, just to kind of keep you engaged. I like to do adoration challenges. The person who goes to adoration the most in the week gets the prize, stuff like that. You get spiritual direction as well. Literally one-on-one spiritual direction assigned with a Catholic priest, and he's available to text, but also if you need to hop on a call, he's there as well. On top of that, you get all the calls from everyone that I mentioned, but keep in mind 3 of the live calls every week are by me. So if you want to talk to me specifically, talk to me 3 hours a week. And then, as I mentioned, Catholic guests every month. And typically I like to try to get people that are kind of famous, kind of popular in our sphere, because people find that interesting. Next month, we're bringing in a Capuchin friar who's also a vocation director, just to kind of chat. We kind of take a vote on who people want to hear from, and we'll try to bring him in. So that's kind of the program as a whole. I think it's a wonderful thing. To kind of wrap up why I tied the community aspect of like our faith to fitness, it really comes down to this, which is, I tried to make myself bigger. There we go. It kind of comes down to this. I really believe that if we share values, it levels up a community. Like I've been in communities where I don't share any values with people and we all grow, but I don't feel that like deep bond. And so what I found is like the best type of community is when you share the values and you're focused on the same goals and you're like growth minded. So you're like pushing each other to be your best self and you all kind of share the same values. That's what we found is to be like the catalyst for tons of results. And we've got them, right? 300 to 400 Catholic guys by now. So we're very grateful for this. If this is something that you're interested in, if you're watching on YouTube, you can just click the website below to apply. If you're already on the website, there's a button right next to this to apply and you can book a call with our team. We'll see if you're a good fit and I'm a good fit for you. And if you are, we can kind of go from there. Keep in mind, if you do apply, I will send you a video kind of similar to this one, but kind of more in depth of exactly how the program works before the call, just so you know like 100% what it's like and what we're doing. Now, in terms of the pricing, I won't lie, it's expensive. Like this isn't a typical, pay $97 a month and you get a PDF of a meal plan. We go all in. Like it's a very in-depth, intensive program. You're talking to priests, you're talking to me. If you're not leveling up in all areas, we're fixing that. So keep that in mind. Now, even though it's what I would call expensive, we also have clients that are seminarians and priests. We have guys that have 3 kids and they're living paycheck to paycheck. So that's why we also offer payment plans. And depending on your situation, you can get your monthly payments down to like $100 a month if that's what you'd like to do. So that's why we kind of like, it's expensive, but we have programs that work for everyone. So whatever works for you. We try to make that not be the reason someone doesn't join. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. I hope you found this valuable. If you're interested, like I said, you can book a call with us and we'll see if you're a good fit. If you're not interested, I hope you enjoyed the video, but that's everything. Thank you very much for watching. I'm praying for you. Please pray for me as well, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you so much. God bless.